Now the offense. Go talk about Eli Manning real quick, bro, because you were spot on at the beginning of the video. You were like, people trying to get rid of him, but he's still like.
Let me get back.
Like, just go about Eli. Let's start off with Eli, bro.
So Eli go slay Manning. Everybody was saying he could not pass more than 2 yards a play. All they did was screens, check downs, all that. But that's not even his fault. This is definitely not his fault. The coaching staff. How are you gonna call these plays every single time? You're up by 10 points, 15 points, 14 points at the half, and all you want to do is throw screens? Bro, it's the third quarter. What do you mean you're trying to run out the clock? This man, look at the stats for him. 66% completion percentage. At one point in time, he had 70% in the second half of the season, I believe. This man...
Oh, yeah. Not for like the season, but during a game. During a game, won the game this year. Yeah, he had career high this year, right? Like, I mean, he did pretty good this year. No cap.
He threw for over 4,000 yards.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a hot second. Last season, bro, he threw like not even 3,500 yards. He came back this season and threw 1 yard short of 4,300, bro. It's like 4,299.
This is what his 13th season?
This is like his 15th season, bro.
His 15th season.
Yeah.
And over his 15 career seasons, he's only averaged over 4,200 yards.
Like 3 or 4 times. No. Yeah, he's only averaged over like 4,200 like 3 or 4 times, right? And his quarterback rating average, bro, 92.4. You telling me that's bad? Listen, guys, I get when people, Giants fans, I'm speaking to y'all directly. I get when people say we need a quarterback in the future. That's true. Eli is getting old. He's like 38, about to be 39. Nobody thinks that's gonna be the quarterback for the next 5 years, but y'all need to stop calling for him to get like beheaded and get off the team. He's not bad.
Not only that, everybody's saying he can't pass deep because he has no time to pass deep. Let's look at how many times he got sacked. 47 times.
That's a career high, by the way. That's his career high for getting sacked. Over 15 years, 47 times. The next closest is like 30 or 31, which was last year. So that kind of tells you our O-line situation.
O-line, garbage. I mean, it was
garbage. No, it was garbage. It was garbage last year. Yes, that like 2018 season review. O-line last year, absolute basura. This year, first half, absolute basura. Second half, they improved it. I'm gonna say it's below average. If we were speaking last year, I'd say like the worst in the league, but it's below average now. They worked with it through, like, you know what I'm saying? They made the right moves for the O-line as the season progressed. Got rid of Flowers.
But how do you expect
what happened?
Let's talk about something real quick. I understand Eli Manning, he's not one of these newer QBs, more mobile. He's like Big Ben. He likes to stay in the pocket a lot, likes to move around.
Well, I wouldn't say like Big Ben, because Big Ben could take a hit, you know what I'm saying? That's why he's called Big Ben. But he's like the prototypical quarterback. I hear what you're saying.
He's not moving around, buying some extra time in the play.
Mm-hmm.
He just goes around, does what he has to do, and that's it. So yeah, like I'm saying, he's not one of those newer mobile quarterbacks that they can buy you some more time, extend the play, more like a Russell Wilson or like a Pat Mahomes. But you can't do anything. You can't throw deep. You can't throw to open receivers if you can't even see those open receivers. You have pass rushes in your face almost every single play. You get knocked down maybe 30 times a game, sacked 3 times a game, 4 times a game.
I hear you.
You can't do anything with that.
I hear you. But it's like, I'm in a weird spot. Like, I want to play devil's advocate because at the same time, I get where fans are coming from. Last year, he did perform horribly, but last year, our team was way worse. You got to keep that in mind. Like, he's just had a good stretch, like 2 or 3 years, where it's a combination of him performing badly plus the team being so bad that everybody just put the blames on him. But this year, yeah, no, he was not a bad quarterback this year. These are like, at least in yards.
270 yards a game.
Yeah, like in yards, like games, like the game average, quarterback rating, he's definitely top 15. He performed like an average quarterback, guys. And to win a Super Bowl, you don't need a great quarterback. Nick Foles proved that. He's an average quarterback, and much like Eli, Foles reminds me a lot of Eli. When he gets into playoffs, he turns into something else. Yep. You just need an average quarterback that can stand up.
Definitely get you these dubs.
Yeah, so I mean, Eli played good. Let's talk about that line. Yeah, and if you guys want to hear more about Eli, tune into our off-season video. I'm telling you, it's That's gonna be another mammoth of a video, but tune into it. It's worth it. But yeah, the O-line. Listen, yeah, like I said, beginning of the year was absolutely trash, and it improved as we went on, which is what I like to see, because now we're at a good spot, and we could improve it more with the offseason. But let's talk about, go on.
Real quick with the O-line. A better O-line means we can run the ball more. And
yeah,
you know who I like
first of all, Saquon, listen, this is why I think Saquon is the best in the league, and he's only been in there 1 year. He did all the stuff that he did, 2,000 scrimmage yards, 1,200 or 1,300 rushing yards, 700 and something receiving yards, 11 touchdowns. Listen, he did that behind a below average offensive line. Our offensive line was ranked 21st in the league. Imagine what he could do with Zeke's offensive line, with Todd Gurley's offensive line. That's why I rank him above them. Just imagine for a second. He'd be tearing up the league. He'd be having 2,000 rushing yards alone. It'd be over. He would have a ring right now. It would be absolutely over. This dude was touched by the hand of God, like no cap. But like on that O-line, like they cut Flowers, which I like.
Which I don't know why we're paying $80 million. Come on now. $80 million on a contract to Eric Flowers.
What you talking about, bro? Hold up, you mean Solar, and which I kind of agree with. Solar was overpaid, but that's what you do when you don't draft properly. Thank you, Jerry Reese, for being a terrible manager. But Solar improved, like the line. He improved as the season went on. He got into the new system. He performed well towards the latter half. I mean, but like,
gotta be making some great moves.
He's good. Listen, the left side of our line is good. Like we cut Flowers. We got Chad Wheeler to come in. He's bad right tackle, but anything is better than Flowers at this point. Yeah. Jamon Brown and Spencer Pulley came in, and they like, I don't know why, because by themselves they're not great players, but they're good players. But they came in and somehow jump started the offensive line, and that's how we got the offense just rolling. Like as the season came on.
Oh my god.
Wait. We're not finished with the O-line yet, bro. Like this O-line.
With these wide receivers, man.
We don't get to them. It's been an interesting year for the wide receiver group, but on the O-line, like. Yeah, it's like left side is fixed. Our center, John Jalapeno, might come back next year.
He was a good center.
He was for the first 2 games before he got injured. He was probably our best offensive lineman. We already talked about Will Hernandez. He was a solid left guard, and then he improved as the year went on. Nick Solar looked absolutely overpaid in the first half, but in the second half, he didn't live up to his contract. But it's kind of like an OV situation where it's like I'd probably give you $10 million less, and all that. But other than that, Jamon Brown was good, not great. There's Giants fans that think he's a god. Spencer Pulley was good, not great. Hopefully Jalapeno comes back, and we need a new right tackle. So yeah, you want to talk about receivers? Let's go receivers.
Whew. So let's talk about the crazy season we had. Odell injured. Who else was injured?
Cody Latimer
injured.
I think that might. Oh, Evan Ingram dinged? Or?
He was injured.
No,
Yes, he was.
He was?
For part of the season.
For part of the season, you're sure about that?
100%. He didn't play a couple games.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, we had Rhett Ellison in there. Yeah, you're right. That kind of slipped my mind. Speaking of which, I think the Giants are on some crazy. Like all of our tight ends are good. Even our third string tight end Scott Simonson, he's not that bad. And like Ellison is mostly a blocking tight end, so is Simonson. But they got hands. They good. Like honestly, and Ingram, he bulked up over the last offseason, so he blocks better now. But we all know why we got him. It's that speed, bro. We already know why we got him. But yeah, let's hear the receiver group. It was interesting, man. Even though Odell missed like the last 4 games, he still had 1,000 yards receiving, and like how many touchdowns did he have? He had let me just check real quick. Receiving touchdowns. He had 6 receiving touchdowns, so not the best, but he still had 1,000 yards receiving. You know what I'm saying?
I think he only played like what?
12 games. 12 games. Yeah.
Man, that's only.
Yeah.
I'll watch him play 7.
Yeah,
when it's that boring, you just.
Yeah, that's the first half. Yeah, no. On a conspiracy theory type thing, I kind of think that he wasn't injured and they just sat him down because there was no point in playing him anymore, and they didn't want him to get injured. That's just my opinion. Like I think.
But you would have heard.
Yeah.
Odell died.
Yeah, no. Speaking of Odell, people need to hop off the trade Odell train because he's been our well-behaved, and it sounds weird for me to say that because this is a grown man. He can do what he wants, and most of y'all act like y'all won't be doing some of the things he's doing when you got that money. but also he was put in a position of great pressure. Like, Odell been well behaved for all y'all that want him to be that way. I like my superstars with emotion, right? He's the only superstar on our team with emotion. Eli, he's not the guy that shows emotion. That's completely fine. That's just how he is. Saquon is a lot like Eli. He doesn't really show much emotion. He's a lot like, he's like the classic Giants player. But Odell, no controversies this year at all.
We love
you know what I'm saying? Worked.
That's good football.
He worked. That's how he got those 1,000 yards. He worked, and he was a team player. Like, granted, that Lil Wayne interview, I'm gonna give it a pass, because honestly, after that Lil Wayne interview, the team sort of played better. And you know what? Sometimes you just need like a kick in the butts and say what's happening, guys.
Well, let's talk about that pickup we had. Who was that wide receiver? Let me pull up the roster.
Who? Corey Coleman?
No. There was one more.
We picked up a couple guys after like the bye week. Yeah, I think you're talking about Corey Coleman, bro. Did return, bro. He did returning. Yes, number 19, yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. He had a pretty good season.
He was eating. When we picked him up, that was a steal.
It was a steal, because he was questionable. Nobody knew how he's going to work out. And then, talk about the return game, bro. Talk about the return game, bro.
What an impact to the team. Because think about it. Out of all the kick returners you see in the NFL, even sometimes how you have the wide receivers returning kicks, he never had a kick return that went for negative yards.
That's a fact.
Every single, you can look it up. It's in the stat. I can't really tell you what stat that is, but it's a stat. 70% of his kick returns went for 25 plus or more.
Yeah, it's around there, like 7% or more or something. Yeah, listen, in the return game, I hope we keep him. He was doing that work.
And he got himself a couple touchdowns as a wide receiver too.
Yeah, like
a couple deep passes.
Listen, Coleman, the reason he was questionable is because people forget that he used to be a first round pick. You got to remember, he's only like 24 or something. There was a reason he was a first round pick. But there's also a reason people dropped him. Maybe he didn't work out with the Browns in their system. He didn't work out with the Bills. Maybe it was just a system. Maybe he works out with our system. Or maybe he's just good as a returner. I just hope we retain him, because he was good. He had a positive impact, and that's all I could really say about him, man.
But hold up. But one more person, though. Rosas.
This man, bro.
Man, woo.
Yo, listen. No cap. Best kicker in the entire league.
For a fact.
He's better than that dude up in Baltimore. And yeah, you guys are gonna be like, that dude up in Baltimore, oh, you don't know football. Guess what? I don't pay attention to Baltimore. I think his name is Justin something. Listen. Aldrich? Justin Tucker stuff. He missed only 2 kicks the entire season.
And one of them was because he was fucking injured, bro.
He was automatic, bro. He got the he had the strap, the Glock, the Drake, or whatever you want to call it. He was automatic. You give him the ball out there. So, man, and the 2 kicks he missed were like, he was injured on one of them.
Bro, he probably scored more points than your favorite players combined.
Listen, you know what the crazy thing is? Myself, along I know what a lot of Giants fans wanted this dude cut last year. He was so terrible last year. I was like, how do we sign him? Granted, he was a rookie last year, I think, but still, he was so bad. And to think that one of the worst players on the team last year basically became one of the best players on the team. Honestly, if it wasn't for Saquon, and Beckham might say, yo, our best player is Aldrich Rosas, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. But, yeah.
So because he was injured that one time, he was on a streak. He was
I think he made like 10 straight kicks or something, and then 50-something yarder, bro.
He was injured, had to go for like a 53-yarder, 52-yarder. I don't really remember.
And he missed it, yeah.
He missed, and I was like, God.
It was, I don't know. They put that Baltimore kicker above him. They put the Baltimore kicker on first team All-Pro.
Disrespect.
I think he should have been on first team All-Pro. He got second team or something like that.
He even made it to the Pro Bowl. From being complete garbage to being a Pro Bowl kicker in 1 year. Come on.
I don't know, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Stop playing with it.
Nah, yeah, that's if there was an award, I'd definitely give it to him. But I mean, yeah, we basically covered it, guys. Like, our season, we covered the holes, defensive holes. I'll go over running back real quick. Need a pass rusher, need some linebackers, need somebody in the secondary. So you know what that tells us? Our defense was bad last year. Somehow James Butcher made it work, but if we got holes all over the place, our defense was bad. That ties into the next point. Eli is still good. I'm not saying he's a quarterback for the next 5 years. Listen to what I'm saying. He's going to work out for one more year. He's going to work out. He's going to work out for one more year, I'm telling you. And you know that because all of our losses, well, most of our losses were by 1 score, and that's because our defense was trash. On the real. Defense was trash. Eli was doing his thing. Saquon, best running back in the league. Offensive line, left side is good. Need to fix that right side. Receiving core, mixed bag. That's all I could say. The coaches, I think we got a good group, man. Because like I said, James Betzer, he made a lot of something out of a lot of nothing on the defensive side. And towards the end, Pat Shurmur and Mike Shula, they figured out something for the offense. So I think we're getting there. Dave Gettleman, I have faith in him in this draft. And that's all I could say until the next video, guys.
I'm about to kick this off. You know how the videos go. We kick it off with a year. We end it off with a year.
Alright, subscribe, like, comment, tell us what you think. See you in the next one.